And we are back. This episode almost didn't happen. I feel like one of us was dead today, and we almost didn't do this. But here we are, all alive, all handsome as fuck, and Kelky with shorter hair than the last time I saw her.
'Tis true. Also, are you going to elaborate on the almost dead thing?
Yeah, someone asked me, hey, dude, what's up? And I'll tell the story.
Hey, dude.
I was really wondering how long you guys were just going to look at me and not ask. But I wasn't going to break the silence. I was committed to the bit as well. So, okay, everyone. We, as you all know, record these podcasts a little bit in advance. Today just happened to be the day before. And I woke up this morning out of a deep, deep slumber to Jessica frantically yelling my name, Tom's name, and Cindy's name just all at once. And I come out, and my dog in the corner, General Grievous, is convulsing in the corner of the room. And the lights were flickering and like stuff was getting knocked over. And Jessica originally thought that he was being electrocuted. And that was because there was lots of thumping. The like I said, lights were flickering, all that stuff. So it was super crazy. I woke up out of a deep slumber, sprinted up. We ended up getting Grievous onto a blanket style gurney. Tom and I made a gurney out of a blanket. Got him into the back of Jess's car. I don't remember putting shoes on, but I put shoes on, and we were at the hospital. I drove us there. Turns out he had a seizure, and the lights flickering could be explained by the light that's on top of the desk that were flickering. It's one of those ones where you just tap it and the lights go off. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those before.
Yeah.
So the feel of him kicking the desk was turning the lights on and off. But it was crazy scary. It was easily one of the scariest things that I've ever been physically a part of, other than that one time that I almost shat and vomited at the same time going through security at a hospital.
Right.
Which was when Scarlett was born. So I guess if I have one traumatic event every 2-ish years, and I'm doing fine. But
could be worse.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know have you guys ever seen a dog have a seizure before?
No, I have not.
If I had a nickel.
It was so weird because like he peed himself, right, and he was drooling everywhere, right? And that's normal.
Was it like foamy or just drool?
It was just drool. It wasn't foam, which was interesting. But at the time, thinking that he was electrocuted, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, my dog's mouth is just hanging open. His tongue is off to the side. He's drooling everywhere. Does my dog now have like a disability, right? Like if there was brain damage caused by a loose electrical wire, whatever. Luckily, that was obviously that's the worst case scenario, whatever could have happened. And it ended up being a seizure, and he's just... he's fine now, but he drooled the whole way there. We picked him up and carried him in. I walked in with no mask because I didn't grab a mask. And they're like, sir, you need to have a mask. And I was like, I think my dog just got electrocuted. I don't have a mask. I am fully vaccinated, but if you have one for me, I'm happy to wear one as I'm gurneying this dog into the office. So... like, I wasn't a dick about it, but also, like, my dog, you see me carrying the dog on a gurney style, like a towel gurney. Like, sorry that I didn't just immediately put my mask on. I apologize. But Jess had her mask because I actually yelled to get a mask as we were leaving. Me thinking I had one, I didn't. But yeah, it was crazy. It was wild. What a wild time.
So Jessica also went with you to the vet hospital?
Yeah. So she had literally she was about to get in the shower. So she had no clothes on, just a towel. And luckily the towel never came off. Then, Tom and Cindy both would have seen my naked wife. But I've never seen her put clothes on as fast as I have in my entire life. So she put clothes on, and then she threw on her cowboy boots, her pink cowboy boots. So she's walking in shorts, a t-shirt, and cowboy boots. I don't even I think I had shoes on. I actually don't remember to this second if I even had shoes on. And then Tom's in like shorts, and he did not put shoes on. He's just walking in there in white tube socks. So
classic dad move.
Yeah. And Cindy, so it's crazy. Cindy ran up the entire driveway to open up the gate as I turned around. And I'm like, and she's in just a nightgown, and she's just sprinting up this like 1/4 mile drive to open up this gate for us. So
team effort.
It was a morning. It was crazy.
Okay.
Anyways,
to finish that out though, everything
Yes.
was good. The vet said everything was good.
yes, everything is fine. We're waiting on blood test panel results to come back. And the worst case scenario was that it's a brain tumor, which the doctor said if he's like 6 or 7 years old, then I would consider that as an option. But unless this happens again in an hour, or again in 2 hours, and then 3 hours, and then it's just like cluster seizures, then maybe it's a brain tumor. But this could be something where it happens once in his entire life and then never happens again.
That's what we're going to hope for.
That's what we're hoping for. But if it does happen again, that they just said to monitor it, and if it lasts like 1 to 2 minutes, and as long as he's able to like relax after that and his heartbeat goes back down, then it's fine. But if it gets into like 5+ minutes, then he could like get brain damage, or he can overheat and cause like kidney damage and stuff like that. So the prognosis is just monitor it, but everything seems to be fine so far. So he's resting up right now.
Is good news.
Yes, exactly. But thank you guys for asking, and all of the Judas Colony. I know General Grievous means a lot to you guys, and thanks for letting me take up the first 6 minutes of this podcast episode talking about my dog. So whoever wants to go next, hey, both of you, hey, dudes, what's up?
Go for it, Gabe.
Okay. Well, let's see. I had something to say, and I don't remember what it was. I also was going to make a joke that something happened that was worse to me today, and then it'd just be like, I broke a fingernail or something stupid. But I couldn't think of anything good enough. So I elected to not go that route and just talk about making a joke instead.
I want you to know that I would have loved that, and Grievous would have loved it too. He would have thought it was hilarious.
That's why I wanted Kelky to go first, because I needed more time to think of a good bit. But she threw it to me first, like a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I went to work today, and I just hate meetings. That's the tweet. I hate them so much.
Like all meetings, or was there a specific style of meeting that this was that you just genuinely didn't like?
Every meeting I have right now feels they're just early, and I just am very tired and very sleepy today. So I was kind of grumpy today. I'm better now because I'm talking to 2 best buds, but I was very grumpy. Also, Carmen, I texted you a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed that text I sent you. It was, I want you to know I invested in your company, so you work for me now. Get to work, bitch.
Well, I texted that. Jess was we were laying in bed, and I was just started laughing, and she's like, what? Who are you texting this late at night? And I was like, fucking Gabe. He's my boss now.
To be fair, I also invested in the major corporation that owns my company, so
it's fair.
So I'm my own boss.
So your own boss, yeah.
Yeah. So if you
how
invest
would
in
that
Verizon,
work,
I
though?
can be your boss too.
Do I just need to invest? Do I just need to invest more than 1.9 stock in your business so that
and then we just keep having a battle?
we both end up more in charge.
we both end up rich ultimately. Like this,
the ultimate pissing match.
Yes.
But I'm the most in charge still.
That's true. Speaking of most in charge, I was just going to say, Kelky hated what's up.
Sorry. I was going to say I am enjoying the feeling of, hey, I have stocks now. It's a very cool feeling. And I'm meeting Alyssa's dad this week, so I get to be like, hey, let's talk stocks.
I have 2.
1.9% of Lucid. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, but I'm going to round up to 2. Dividends.
Yeah, and such, you know. Hey, dude, what's up, Kelky?
Good. I got my second vaccination shot on Saturday, so
fully
I'm
vaccinated podcast.
Almost fully vaccinated, because you have to wait 2 weeks technically to claim fully vaccinated. But I'm 13 days away. I'm stoked.
Did you have any bad side effects yesterday or afterwards?
I was really, really sleepy, which I normally am anyways, but this was bad, struggling to stay awake, and I'm like, I can't fall asleep because I have to watch this baby and make sure she doesn't electrocute herself or have a seizure or just do general shenanigans. And so I was really tired, and then I had some amount of nausea, so I was really not wanting to eat. But then when you don't eat long enough and then your tummy hurts from not eating, but also nausea. Ugh,
vicious cycle.
Worse. So I had a bunch of crackers and some soup. It's this sucks. And that was it. Michael and I did both have fevers. I think mine got up to 101 and his was mostly 99. But then we were fine today. Oh, he was like freezing all day. That was another one. I was like really hot and cold on, like couldn't get comfortable. He was just straight freezing all day.
Yeah, I had
And then
what Michael had.
My sister did too, because she got hers yesterday. And then like in the middle of the night, she was like under multiple blankets with a heating pad because she was freezing and she like couldn't get back to sleep. But so yes, we're almost fully vaccinated, other than Scarlett, who is not allowed to have a vaccine. So
Right.
Yeah. Not
I
yet.
woke up at like 4 a.m. and was just like frantically shivering, and I was like, I want to die. Why is this happening?
yeah, Emily said the same thing.
I think I woke up around that time, but I wasn't shivering at first. I felt like I was going to puke. So I woke up on fire, feeling like I was going to puke, came back in, and I woke Jess up in the middle of the night, and I was like, hey, I'm going to puke, and it's hot. Can you plug in this fan for me? And so she did it for me in the middle of the night, which was nice.
I sent Jessica a TikTok, and it's with a trend that was like, show me you're married. Tell me you're married without saying you're married. And then it was a video turning, so you couldn't see the joke yet, and it turns into a giant fan on the one side of the of the what are the bedside tables? What are those called? Nightstands? Yeah, nightstands. So I sent that to her and thought she'd enjoy it, and then she did.
Yeah. Wait, Kelki, why were you making that face at me when I said I asked my wife to turn on the fan for me in the middle of the night?
Not a single reason.
I just think Carmen constantly
Would I
turns
make
her
that
on,
face?
so it's fair for him to ask her to turn something on. You know?
Yeah. I turn on my wife. Okay, in my defense, I tried to like lean over to go turn the fan on, and I felt like if I were to actually make contact with a fan at that angle downwards, I would have puked all over the fan.
But did
in
you
my
vomit?
defense, I didn't end up vomiting. No.
Interesting.
I would like to say something else.
Why are you so mean?
I can't. I'll just have my thoughts.
Listen.
No, I know your thoughts. I know what you're thinking right now. I know
Remember the
exact
hangers.
thought.
Remember the hangers.
I hate them.
Remember the 5th of Hanger September.
I will always remember
know.
Peru. But what I was going to say is, the whole... First off, I'd like to say that I don't think there's no validity to some conspiracy theories. I think they exist. I also think there's some validity to like, hey, don't trust the government 1,000%. That's also true.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah.
Birds aren't real. Pigeons aren't real. Dinosaurs didn't exist. Let's continue.
Aliens invented microwaves.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
Elon Musk is an
that's
alien.
a true one. Yes, that's a true one too.
Anyways, so the whole like COVID's not real, yada yada yada. Great. So I made this reference today to somebody who was defending I just think that this isn't real. And I was like, that's fine. You can believe that. I said, can we agree that would take hundreds, if not thousands of people to keep that secret? And they said, yeah, I can agree with that. And I said, great. I said, every season of The Bachelor gets spoiled like episode 1. And that's like at most 50 people that know the results of that show. You think these hundreds of thousands of people can keep this giant COVID-19 conspiracy theory shut? And he was like, yeah, but they'll like kill them. I was like, okay, great.
Yeah, I read a tweet that was similar. It was like, people who think that COVID-19 is a hoax, and with the amount of people who would have to be involved and actually follow through to make it happen, have never been a project manager of anything.
Speaking of your Twitter, hey, it's the ceremonial about to be 14-minute mark. Kelki, what did they do?
Well, first, you should continue listening. And then you should look at your phone if you're not driving and scroll down a little bit on your podcast app and leave a rating that's 5 stars. And then leave a review telling all of your friends to listen. And then you should pick 5 people on your contact list and just text them this episode. And then you should follow us all on Instagram and follow the Dude Thoughts Pod Instagram page.
And if you haven't yet, you should go get your vaccine. Just do it.
If you can, because there are people who cannot.
That's true. If you can. Also, today we're talking about a topic that is very important to at least 2 of the people on the podcast here. It's important to the third person only because he loves these other 2 people. We're talking John Mulaney today. And if you've listened to some of our episodes in the past, you know that Gabe and Kelky feel very strongly in favor of John Mulaney. And I want to preface this entire episode by saying this. While I do not think that John Mulaney is funnier than Will Ferrell, I have grown over the last few months to really appreciate and respect the humor of John Mulaney. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff regarding his comedy, his battle with addiction, his relationship, and his third wiener. So,
Okay.
Did you not read about that conspiracy theory?
Well, not the second or the third one.
Yeah, I was about to say you skipped the wiener.
Yeah. So the battle with addiction is not a conspiracy theory. I think that's a pretty big story that people know. But he has a second wiener confirmed. It's the third wiener that's the conspiracy theory.
Mm.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find the article while we're talking.
Great.
Anyways, Kelky, you've done a lot of research on this. Do you want to kick off everything that's going on talking John Mulaney on this episode of the Dude Thoughts podcast?
Yes. Well, first of all, I can say that John Mulaney is a better comedian than Will Ferrell, just on success of comedic shows and touring.
Like
and
stand-up tours.
Yes. That's what
I
he
think
does
we've come
best.
to a consensus.
And right. He does a lot of writing for SNL. Well, not currently, but he did. And then most of the time when he comes back to host, he also writes for those episodes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Will Ferrell is great in films. John Mulaney hasn't been in that many films, so it's not a fair comparison. So I thought we were done comparing it.
No, I think that I could say I really have over the last couple of months, especially living with Gabe, getting to watch more of the John Mulaney stuff and him sending me clips, and then also you yelling at me. I've grown to, Kelky just
how I
peer
changed
pressures
all my
people.
minds.
Yeah, just by yelling at people until they give in.
It really works.
It does. So no, I agree. I think we can all agree that Will Ferrell is a better comedic actor and John Mulaney is a better comedic stand-up extraordinaire.
Yes, as of recording this on May 17th, 2020, those things are true. But
yes.
I mean, Will Ferrell could take a turn and do more stand-up. John Mulaney could take a turn and do more acting. We'll just have to see what happens.
We'll also, do a comedian rumble at some point.
We do.
God.
That's a good one.
Joe Rogan would win all the fights, but that's it. He'd be out early because we don't like anything else he's done.
So I spend a lot of my time following celebrity gossip, and maybe it's worthless, but it brings me joy and I find it interesting, so it's not worthless to me. So this news broke I think last Sunday, like a week ago, that they were getting divorced. John Mulaney is the one who filed for divorce against his wife. They've been married for 7 years. Her name is Anna. And she made a statement that was like, I'm heartbroken, but I wish him the best in recovery because in December he had to go to rehab for alcohol and cocaine, which is something that he has fought before. And he was sober for 13 years, maybe. I think he got sober for the first time when he was 23 and he's 36 now. 36 or 38. So I think a while.
He's been drinking and smoking since he was 12 years old, something really young.
Yeah, literally. He started drinking when he was 12. Because he hit puberty. He said I think there was an article in Vogue or
I think it was called The
Variety
Seven or something. Yeah.
And he had said that he always was super outgoing as a kid and thought that he was really funny, and then I guess he hit puberty and you know puberty sucks, and he just didn't feel like he was funny anymore, so then he started drinking and then he felt like he was funny again, and so he just was drinking, and then he was like, I'm gonna try weed, and he was like, but I hated it, and then someone gave me cocaine and I loved it. So
I knew that he had struggled with the alcohol. I did not realize that he also struggled with cocaine.
Yeah, but the first time he got sober, he just did it. He was just, I'm just gonna stop, and didn't go through a program or anything. So, but this past December, he went into I think it was a 60-day program, and then after he finished 60 days, he was still doing outpatient stuff. So he was still going to meetings a lot, but he wasn't staying at the program anymore. Anyway, so then he filed for divorce, and that was 7 days ago. And then 4 days ago, it came out that he's dating Olivia Munn. So I don't obviously know the details of his personal life. The timing doesn't look great, but that doesn't mean anything because we don't know the timing situation.
We also can confirm that he's not a cannibal, right? Could we at least confirm that?
Yes.
So he's already
not Army
doing.
Hammer.
He's doing better than Army Hammer already.
He doesn't want to eat people that we know of.
You know, so I don't know if you saw this, but it's funny that you brought up cannibal because I'm actually no, I'm just kidding. He was on a Jimmy Fallon episode with Pete Davidson, and they had to like open an envelope and one with a truth and one with a lie or something.
Yes, I've seen that. It's so funny.
And John Mulaney's was that his neighbor got arrested for being a cannibal.
Yes,
and it was true. So
that was the truth. The other two were lies,
and that was true. So I didn't know if Carmen knew that or not, but great connection.
I would love if we came full circle and his neighbor was Army Hammer.
It wasn't. It was like just some old dude.
It was some random dude who got caught by an undercover cop, Chris Hansen style.
Yeah, because he was like inviting the cop over to like partake in the dead
weird
person or something.
Facebook group for cannibals.
Yeah, his name was Navy Screwdriver.
Sure.
I was trying to think of the opposite of hammer, and I couldn't think of.
The opposite of army would have been leggy.
All right, everyone, if you got a dream, go and chase it. We're wrapping up this one early today. Leggy nail.
Do you know where kings keep their armies?
What?
In their sleeveys. I almost just told the same joke. That's
Wait, what was the joke? Where do what keep their what?
Do you know where a king keeps his armies?
Keep their armies in their sleeveys. Arms.
Oh, in their sleeveys.
Silly goose.
Oh, that was a good one. That one took me a second. I had to think about that one.
Okay, so get back on track. First of all, does everyone know who Olivia Munn is? Because there's been some confusion on the internet. Apparently there's a lot of Olivias and everyone's getting them all confused.
Well, at first thought, I thought she was the one that used to date Jason Sudeikis, but that's Olivia Wilde, correct?
That is Olivia Wilde. They just broke up and she is now dating Harry Styles, which is a whole other thing on the internet. Because he's a bit younger than she is.
On the topic of Olivia's, I am possibly unhealthily obsessed with Olivia Rodrigo's music career.
She is also one of the ones that people were getting confused with Olivia Munn.
Oh, that would be interesting if she was dating John Mulaney.
This was the chart. I'm going to send a picture. And I'll
Olivia Munn is hot.
She's very pretty, yes.
Olivia Rodrigo, I have a feeling, is younger than the age of 18, but I think she has really great hair.
Oh, I thought she was 16 still.
No, she's 18.
But she just got her driver's license yesterday.
It's true.
That's the right girl, right? I made a good joke there?
Yes.
Okay. I was actually nervous as I said that. I was like,
I was at our dear friend this weekend. I was at our dear friend Lauren's house picking up some socks that I had dropped off. And I had mentioned her because she had recently put out another bop. And then they were like, yeah, she dated this one guy. And I went, Joshua Bassett. And they were like, okay, Gabe is on the know with Olivia Rodrigo news. And I was like, you're damn right. And I'm proud of it.
Okay. I'd like to go through this. So Olivia Wilde, she's okay. I think out of all these Olivias,
Olivia Rumble.
I would do an Olivia Rumble, but we would need 2 more Olivias at least. So we can have at least.
Who's Harry Styles dating?
Olivia Wilde.
He has a song called Olivia, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
It's about her.
Your sister would know.
That's true. She would.
Munn is the hottest Olivia on this picture.
I disagree.
Who do you think is hotter?
Who do you think is the hottest?
Olivia Wilde.
I don't think Olivia Wilde's hotter.
I don't think in these pictures, but I think in reality.
All right, I'll take a look. I'll take a look right now. And no. Nope.
I just think
Olivia
you
Munn.
should watch her in the OC, and it was really great.
No. Olivia Wilde. Although I do love Jason Sudeikis, so that's pretty dope.
I also love Jason Sudeikis.
Anyways, back to the news. Kelky, you were learning us some stuff.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting caught up in the things.
The Olivias.
Because there's this very aggressive chart about all the people in Hollywood and how They're all connected.
To Army Hammer?
No, just to each other because they're all basically, what is it? Eskimo, what is it called?
twins.
Brothers?
Eskimo
cousins.
brothers.
Or Wiener cousins.
But why is it called Eskimo Brothers? Like, no one
don't
can
know.
tell me this. Every time
I
I
think it's
ask a
because-
man, no one can tell me.
Here's my theory. I think it's because an Eskimo kiss is like this, you know? And I just said it with a microphone, so hopefully that got picked up. And when you both do the
It
same
did.
penetration, it's like your wieners are going.
Is it like that in any way?
I don't know, Carmen,
No.
let's do this with our wieners.
Carmen,
And-
do you have a theory?
My only theory is that if you happen to go into the prolonged nighttime in Alaska and you happen to be in an igloo with Eskimos that aren't your family, and you end up in that 60-day darkness having sex with someone that you thought was not your sister or mother, you just have sex with the same person that someone else does, and then you become Eskimo cousins. I don't fully know. I feel like that explanation that I have been given is a bit racist. I don't like it. So I like the term wiener cousins.
Isn't there also something about like tunnel twins or something?
That sounds like anal, if I'm
Because
going to
vaginas are like a tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like that one, but it does
So
sound very
I mean,
anally.
it might not exist, but I'm pretty sure I didn't make it up.
Tunnel
Okay.
twins. That's
I don't know
hilarious.
why I would have come up with that.
Popularized by the FX show The League, great show. The term Eskimo brother is a slightly misogynistic term for two men who have been physically intimate with the same woman. It's usually considered offensive. Thanks. And at the very least of poor taste, according to the Urban Dictionary, which is often discredited around here. The two men should not have... Okay, it doesn't explain it. Oh, wait. The two men shared the same igloo, is all it means.
The vagina is the igloo.
And the penis is the men.
I think
It's
it's really
true, I
more
get
like a
that.
tunnel, but that's just coming from a person who has a vagina. So what do I know?
It's not very
Well,
cold.
Anyways.
So.
Yeah,
But I
it's
guess
not
the igloo is
cold.
supposed... Yeah, but the igloo is supposed to keep you warm.
I think we're going down a different rabbit hole completely.
No,
We
Which
can call
let's
it
talk
an
about the term.
igloo.
We can call ourselves Rabbit Hole Brothers.
Okay. Well, you two are not rabbit hole brothers.
No.
I
Yeah,
am
that's-
pretty confident.
I'm fairly confident of that as well. But Gabe did live with us, and there were times that I would spend long days out at work. So Jess may have had sexual relations with Gabe. I don't know.
She didn't.
Okay, well then Gabe were not Eskimo brothers. It's confirmed.
I can't read what this says. Okay,
Also,
so-
Bill, I don't think that your daughter actually cheated on me. Don't worry.
So first of all, this situation has kind of led me down a weird
Rabbit Hole?
rabbit hole about Olivia Munn because apparently she
She had
has
a
a tendency to go after people who are, well, she just goes after whoever she wants. It's not that she goes after people who are in relationships, but seeing someone in a relationship is not like a red flag for her. She's like, well, I still want them, so I'm just going to go after them. Like, it's apparently like common
It's not a
knowledge
deal
in
breaker
Hollywood.
for her.
Yes, and the other thing is like that she has said multiple times to people is that she really wants an SNL boy. So like not necessarily people like writers, but also people who are on it. So I don't know. And like years ago, she emailed John Mulaney like fangirling over him. She somehow like got his email and he just never responded because he was in a relationship. And so I guess she's just, I don't know, pursuing things. I don't know.
Also, I think his wife
She's
was
very
like,
determined.
His wife, I think, was prettier, in my humble opinion, than Olivia Munn. His wife was
also
very
they're
pretty.
just precious together.
Who gets
That's
petunia?
my
wife. I don't know. That's the internet's very upset about that.
Who's
And also, who's
John
going to tell him to
Mulaney's
check
wife?
if Southwest? Just look
Anna
up John Mulaney's
Tendler,
wife.
Tendler. Tendler. She's so small and cute.
Yeah.
Anna
I told
Marie?
Alyssa, she said,
Yes.
yes. Alyssa said, who's going to tell him to check if Southwest has any flights? I said, that's a good joke.
Who's also going to tell him if it's been an hour and his food isn't here?
Yeah. Here, fetch. It should be
no,
here.
Olivia Munn is for sure more attractive
I
than this other
disagree
person.
so
I also
much.
disagree.
Hmm. You both have
But
gone
I
down
like
a
cute
dark
more
rabbit
than I
hole.
like.
I feel like you're just only saying that because Olivia Munn's breasts are out
Boobs.
in a lot
Yeah.
of her pictures, which is her business. But I think you're blinded by that.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not.
think you can look past it.
I think that she has a prettier face. I
Well,
like her.
That's an opinion.
And she's
Well-
got nice cheekbones. Those are some good old cheekbones. And collarbones. And boobs.
There it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Olivia Munn is there was apparently like a thing with Aaron Rodgers where she was like he was in a relationship and she got involved and then like his whole family like stopped talking to him over it and she was just like it's fine because like I'm me and like I do whatever I want.
I'm quirky. I'm not like other girls.
Aaron Rodgers, Justin Timberlake,
Boo.
Chris
This girl's a
Pine.
home wrecker.
Listen, I don't particularly care for that term because it's always applied to the person who isn't married, and I feel like the person who
Yeah.
is married is the one that's really wrecking the home,
And they're more
or
at fault,
both. But it's
in my
always
opinion.
applied to just the one. But it's always really, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know.
You never know.
So also, in my research, one of the celebrity like gossip Instagram accounts that I follow is, Du Moi, like the French number 2, Deux, moi, like me, French me, MOI.
Omelette du.
So
Fromage.
If you're into celebrity gossip, definitely follow this person. They're like huge, and there's like a bunch of theories that it's also someone in Hollywood. But people who like work on productions on movies and shows will like send them in tips and be like, these are things that are happening and like these are things that are getting leaked or whatever. And so and they also like on the weekends they'll do like celebrity spottings, so people will like send the pictures and be like, oh look, I just saw Carmen walking down the street in Chicago, and they'll like repost it.
That
Good
did
walking.
happen. People
It's my
noticed
dream
me.
job.
and- Yeah.
Just follow Carmen
Wait.
around.
Oh, okay. They're
So
tweeting about it.
anyways, they typically a lot of times break this news like early on, this kind of news. So they got a blind tip from someone that was saying that John Mulaney was dating Olivia Munn like 5 hours before it was on the internet. And I was like, there's no way that's true. He's just being sad somewhere. And then it was all over the internet. And then I was sad. Again, I don't know the details. I hope everyone's happy. It just seems questionable to me with her past and with him, being everywhere, all over the place during
Going through some times also.
the pandemic. Yeah. I have never been in rehab, obviously. I'm just reading what someone on the internet said, which is always a great idea. But there was a comment on it from someone that said one of the first rules of rehab is never make any major life decisions the first year that you get out of rehab. Like always try and get through the first year clean and then kind of reevaluate anything you were feeling, obviously, unless it's like something like if, I don't know, you're like forcing me to drink all the time. I don't know. But like that's one of the major rules is like just make it through the first year first. And then once you've been clean for a year, like kind of revisit everything. So it just doesn't
That's not
really
bad
seem like
advice.
that's what happened.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not.
that's pretty good advice.
Yeah, so that's like a major like thing, I guess, that's promoted in AA and most rehab programs. So also on that page, someone said they were like waiting in a Starbucks behind people who were talking about John and Olivia, or John and Anna, and like they knew them. Like this girl was telling her friend like, well, I know them, and like this is what, like, yes, John and Olivia are dating, but they were like saying that the timeline of how it's getting to the press is really delayed and that they've been like separated for a while, and that Anna was also dating someone in like February. So if I don't know if that's true, but if they were like separated before he went to rehab, who knows? Who knows what's the case? Maybe we'll find out later. Maybe we'll just speculate on a podcast for the rest of our lives. Hard to say.
Also,
Either way,
was it the J-Lo and A-Rod episode that we were talking about how like if you're a celebrity and you know you can't be faithful, like just don't get married.
If you're anybody. And you know
if
you
you're
can't
any,
be
yeah,
faithful, just don't get married.
exactly. I have a hard
Or just
time.
marry into a, what's it called? Where you can fuck whoever you want.
Oh, polygamy, like a Mormon.
Well, polygamy or just open marriages.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Open marriage, but polygamy is different. Polygamy is lots of wives.
Polygamy is misogynistic because only the man, and it's also you still have to be married to all those other people also.
That's
Yeah.
fair. It's a good point. I guess my issue is if you're going through this rehab, that just seems like a poor time to also drop the divorce thing. I don't know. I'm not a Hollywood actor. I have a hard time thinking about that. But also, if you're in the middle of rehab, it's a lot of probably additional unwanted press that you're going to be getting by announcing your divorce, which I'm sure adds additional stress, which probably increases the chance of relapse, right? Like, I'm not crazy for thinking this, am I?
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
if the
it's just
timeline is actually like delayed, it could be like might just be fine now. Like not fine, but they could be at a spot where they're fine with everything now, and we're all just finding out possibly. Like he could have went to rehab because of the divorce, you know,
it's
and
true.
maybe that's why
Like
he
that's what I'm saying.
relapsed.
We don't really know the
Mhm.
true timeline.
So,
But it is all the way that it's presented to us when it's like a waterfall of information. So when we learn something, we think, oh well, it's just happening right now then. And that's not always the case, but like then it just makes we the peasant people just kind of make all of our assumptions the way that we're gonna do, and then we just end up here.
We end up with
On
a
the
horse in a hospital.
Oh, that did you watch that one? That's a good
bit.
one.
I think
Yeah,
I might have showed you that, like, because I was
You
like,
need
oh,
to watch.
Carmen loves political humor.
Yeah,
I
he
do.
has a lot.
Yeah,
Have
Gabe
you
showed me
Gabe,
that
which
one.
one is the one at Chicago?
New
Is
in
it
Town.
New Kid in Town or Comeback Kid?
New in Town. Wait,
New in Town?
I'm pretty sure it's New in Town. Because he's from Chicago, I think.
Maybe. Carmen, fill for time.
Okay, Jess just sent me a whole bunch of pictures of Grievous. Sorry, my attention was taken away.
Sorry. I thought we were all doing.
No,
Sorry.
sorry. I mean, I'll talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. You want me to talk about how
he was born in Chicago. Carmen, you have to love him. He was born in Chicago.
Okay, well, he's my new favorite stand-up comedian, other than
Perfect.
Sebastian Maniscalco, who's also from Illinois.
But not Chicago.
No, but he's Italian. John Mulaney, I don't think John Mulaney's Italian.
He's
but I
very
will
Catholic.
say, yeah, I was watching.
I think he's an Irish Catholic. I think they might be Irish. Mulaney.
Wait, I wanna bring up a point real quick because I know that there's a lot of research that you both are doing. I was watching this like random clips of his old stand-up, right?
Mhm.
And the first clip, it put a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. The first clip of like this all-star hodgepodge was him saying, "So I quit drinking," and the audience boos him. And in my head, I'm thinking that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Like, but then he was talking about how his doctor was like, yeah, so the first time you black out, it will become easier and easier to black out. And I'm like, wow, I wonder if that's medically true. Turns out it is medically true. Also, there was another joke that he made. I thought that was really funny. But anyways, the other thing I was going to say about John Mulaney is I didn't recognize him without a suit. So at what point did he transition into the suits?
I mean, he always performs stand. I mean, well, maybe not if you saw him not performing stand up. Maybe when he left Saturday Night Live and started doing tours, he started doing suits. I don't know.
Well, he was in like just jeans, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and like, just regular shoes. Like he wasn't in dress clothes in all of the skits that I saw.
3 of his specials on Netflix, he's in suits. I'm pretty sure. Also,
I think
Wikipedia is really letting me down.
He did one stand up without a suit that was recorded, and I don't remember what it was called. I think that's the one where that might be Salt and Pepper Diner joke. And then every other one I think is in a suit. I mean, I'm sure he performed for multiple years, not recorded, in not suits.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it was like when he first started getting filmed. I don't know, but he does wear a suit as like it's part of his aesthetic.
I respect
looks all
that.
goofy in him, and it's funny.
He's definitely gotten a lot funnier with his delivery as he's gotten older. Like some of the clips were like younger versions of him. He has gotten much funnier over the years, and his delivery I think is really good too. I like good use of the stage. I don't know.
Yes, he has very good comedic timing.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm starting to like him, because people tell me that I have good comedic timing, whether they're lying or not.
They're lying. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I love you. You're so great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think Comeback Kid is the one that's in Chicago, and it's my favorite one.
I'll have to watch that one. Is that on Netflix or Hulu?
Yeah, that one's on Netflix.
Okay.
Please watch it. It's at that really fancy theater in Chicago.
The Chicago Theater?
If you say so. Fuck if I know. I haven't been there.
First, what is it? Guaranteed Rate Stadium is where it's at.
Yeah, the White Sox Park. I saw Jim Gaffigan and Seth Meyers both perform, and Dane Cook and Hannibal Buress all perform at the Chicago Theater.
I like Hannibal Buress. Out of those people, Hannibal Buress might be my favorite.
Dane Cook was my favorite out of all those, but looking back on it now, I think Jim Gaffigan has had the most sustained, successful career.
I do love Jim Gaffigan.
He is hilarious.
Dane Cook was a comedian made for teenage boys.
Yeah, Dane Cook is... You age out of that real fucking fast.
I still think he's... Oh, well, that's sad. I didn't know that. But I think he's funny. I think he also had good comedic, like... he had a lot of eccentricities about him.
Like being an asshole?
No, like he had good, like, physical comedy. Like his... Like the noises that he would make, it was like it painted a good picture of comedy. I don't know. I was a fan.
I was too.
Jim.
And then I turned 18.
Was not.
Anyways, what else we got here for John Mulaney and all of this drama gossip?
Olivia Munn is really. It's confusing to me. Is the main thing.
I date married men part?
Well,
or...
and it's just to be like so blatant about like, oh, I want an SNL voice. So then it's like, so clearly you don't care which one, because she's also, I think, dated Will. Which one's Will?
Will Arnett?
Maybe? No.
Like a newer one? It's not Will Ferrell.
Will Arnett was was the guy who played Job in Arrested Development.
Yeah, no, I know. He was actually on an episode of Sesame Street that I was watching the other day.
What?
Which we're gonna have to do an episode about Sesame Street, because I got on a deep dive on Sesame Street today.
I
was deep in the Wikipedia. There's some drama behind Sesame Street, let me tell you.
Let's do it. Next episode on Dude Thoughts Podcast. Tickle Me Elmo.
Someone fill for time.
What the fuck? I thought you had all of this research done. You said you had 6 pages of research.
No, yes, pulled up. I have like 6 different tabs pulled up. Because I've read it all, and now it's all mushing together in my brain.
Wait, hold on. Let's go, Gabe. I wanna let you know that your favorite baseball player on the Chicago White Sox hit his first career home run tonight.
Short boy,
Nick Madrigal.
Short boy, Short King, stand up. You say they're playing the Yankees this week? Or
they're playing the Yankees in New York this weekend.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it made me think of you because
it's coming.
Oh, it's right around the corner.
I'll be there. You wait. Just you wait.
Just you wait.
Hold on, I have to cough really bad.
Do it. Just cough.
So did I.
Do you guys feel like if you do go out anywhere and you cough or sneeze, you'd be like, it's not COVID. I swear I'm fully vaxxed.
Yeah, and like anytime,
Florida.
Like anytime I'm eating, after I eat, I'm always like, blah. And then so I like don't want to eat in public ever.
Yeah, I'm afraid
that everyone will think I'm dying of COVID.
What about Dollar
General today? And there was a whole ass conversation in front of me about how the Democrats are communist.
Well, sure.
Kelky, did you ever watch that video?
Don't know what that word means.
Did you ever watch that video I sent you where Dave Ramsey got a phone call, and it's this woman, and she's like, how do I know when to give my inheritance to my kids? Because my kids are socialists. And the lady was like, full on, this is horrible. And Dave's like, yeah, those kids don't deserve it. And the mom's like, yeah, I sent you this a while back. And it was like, the title of the video is, my kids are communists, ? Exclamation point or some shit. It was the Dave Ramsey call-in.
I do not remember that, but I will go back my text messages and search it and watch it.
I will resend it to you because it's wild. It's like this lady calls in and she's like, I want to pass on my inheritance to these kids before I die. But my youngest kid's a socialist and I just don't something because I'm stupid. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then Dave just laughs like from the gut, like gut laughing. Anyways.
That was wild. That was Olivia Wilde.
That was Olivia Wilde.
Olivia, none of that.
Nice. That was a good one.
Oh, man, that was good.
Well, I can't find it now who she is, but it was on the internet that she was like dating multiple SNL boys and was just like, I just want to date an SNL, blah, blah, whatever. And also, while I'm in my celebrity gossip, Ellen is canceling her show because she's mean.
I just want to say.
And then she said that it's not a challenge anymore. And I'm like, or it's because everyone knows you're mean.
Yes. I have receipts of multiple years back where I've said, I don't like Ellen. She feels fake. And I just like to say, I'm taking this win.
I would like to say good job because I really liked her.
Yeah. I also really liked her too.
I was bummed to find out that she treats people like straight garbage.
There was one clip in particular where she I forgot who it was, where there was 2 or 3 times where I seen her be really
pushy,
rude, pushy, and I'm not doing anything wrong. What are you talking about?
She would definitely get away with asking people things that she would be told not to ask about because she'd be like, "Oh, it's Ellen though."
Yeah, look at me dance. Ooh, I was a fish.
Here's my problem with that. Not all celebrities are shitty, right?
Correct.
And I'm sure that she's friends with some really genuinely good celebrities.
Yeah,
what
Ashton
I have
Kutcher.
a problem with, Ashton Kutcher. I have a problem with how come none of those celebrity friends were ever like, "Hey, Ellen, you shouldn't be a dick."
Because she wasn't a dick to
all
them.
those people came out and they're like, "No, she's so great," and I'm like, "There's no part of me that thinks she's not nice to her friends." The issue is when she goes out and treats servers and people and her staff like they are trash.
But you're telling me all 3,000 episodes and not a single one of those other celebrities saw her ever be a dick to any one of those employees ever? What are the odds of that?
I don't think
I'm
she
not
interacts
saying it,
with
but
them.
apparently, I mean, there's a lot of stuff come out that people are, even other celebrities have come out and been like, it's just known that she's not nice. We just all don't talk about it because she runs this and can fuck us all over. And it's good publicity. You want to, who was the one who said it? The guy who was on Everyone Loves Raymond, but wasn't Raymond.
The brother guy. The big guy.
The tall one. Yeah, he said that.
He was in the Ice Age movies, I think.
Yeah.
No,
actually,
Raymond.
No, Ray Romano was acting.
I knew there was some
not
connection.
That one. Anyway, so he said something along those lines, and there's been a bunch of, I guess all of her staff people are made to feel like if they say anything, then they'll never get to work anywhere else again ever. But it's
Ellen can't be that powerful, can she?
I mean, for her staff, she could feel that way. Because she's Ellen DeGeneres.
She's about to be, it's every single day, and it's about to be the 19th season. It's over 3,000 episodes.
This generation's Oprah.
She's friends with all these celebrities. And, like you just said, you watch her show and see all the shit she gets away with. So, I'm sure she could come off as pretty intimidating.
That's fair. That's a good point. But we're not here to talk about Ellen's
so Olivia
bitch
Munn
ass.
Seems like she might be taking advantage of a negative situation, is the takeaway. Yeah. Again, I don't know what the deal is with John Mulaney. I like to imagine and hope that they had a good marriage up to this point. It does not seem like it was mutual based on the statement that his wife made. And the statement that John Mulaney's rep released was, John will not be taking questions at this time.
Yeah. And he's looking forward to getting back to his 4 shows, his 4 sold-out shows.
Focusing on getting back to work. Yeah, he just did one this week, I think.
I'm excited to hear his new stuff, because anytime something dark happens in a comedian's life, there's usually a good stand-up out of it.
It's true.
I hope that he is self-aware and makes fun of the whole situation. And I don't know, but I don't know if it'll go that far. But I always find the self-aware comedy to be my favorite. I don't know. I have a hard time with this Olivia Munn person ruining John Mulaney's marriage. I don't
think that she necessarily ruined the marriage. I think she maybe swooped in,
calling it ruin the marriage
at an opportune time.
Yeah, I think he was fresh on the market. And she said, "Oh, hello,
Yeah, she said, "Give me that SNL boy, because
I'm
I'm
an
a
Olivia.
psychopath."
I'm at least the third hottest Olivia."
Definitely top 70 of all time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there's a
That's an
lot of
opinion.
Olivias out there. I don't think I could do all the research in one day. I would need a lifetime to establish all the all of the Olivias in the world. Maybe what we could do is have an Olivia Facebook battle like we did with the Joshes. And then we just
except none of us are Olivia, so we don't really get to
Yeah,
do that.
I just think that should just be a Josh thing. I don't want that to be recreated. That was a beautiful one-time thing. We don't need
was
to do
so
any more of
cute.
those. It was, and the little one won. The little Josh,
Little Josh. Wasn't that a character in Robin Hood?
little John.
Little John.
That was the
Yeah,
joke,
yeah.
guys. That was the joke.
Oh, well,
What?
deliver it better.
Oh, I apologize. Anything else that we should talk about with John Mulaney?
Yeah, there was one close to the source, or what source close to John Mulaney, like they always say they are, but it's probably like their hairdresser's neighbor, who like confirmed that he was dating Olivia Munn, and that the source said that she wasn't the reason for the divorce, but they did start dating, and he was like getting invested very quickly, and like a lot of the people close to him were super concerned about it just because of the timing of everything, and like just coming out of rehab and like outside the pandemic, which like obviously messed with everyone's head anyways. So like coming out of that, there were a lot of people who were concerned for how quickly he was moving with her. So who's to say? Obviously we only want everyone to be happy and healthy and like stay clean and sober and be successful in that and in his comedy, because I enjoy it. So hopefully everything ends up okay, and I hope that we're wrong about everything.
Well, quickest way to get over somebody is to get
under somebody.
under somebody.
I like that. Gabe, anything else you want to add about John Mulaney as a person, as a place, as a thing, or an idea?
Person, don't know. Place, seems great. Idea, I like the idea of John Mulaney. Thing, I'm sure he's got a great one. I've heard he's got 3 of them. So
He does. Science confirmed.
Nope,
Well, science
just,
confirmed too. The theory is a third
yeah,
one.
we're still contemplating 3. Yes. Nope. I hope everybody but happiness. I hope him and Olivia Munn and Jennifer Lopez and Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck can go on magnificent double dates with each other. That'd be a couple to double date with. That'd be interesting. Starlight to see.
I don't even know if I could. Like, I don't get starstruck, and I've met a decent, small amount of famous people. Never anyone that I was like, oh, they're my heroes. But man, I don't even know if I could talk to Jennifer Lopez.
If somebody,
Yeah.
I don't care about Jennifer. If somebody was gonna starstruck you, who do you think it would? Like, if there's somebody who you think you would literally, no, we'll say you're fanboy. Like, who would be the most fanboy you would go? Where like you don't know if you can control it.
Well, I met Tom DeLonge, and I was able to control it. I even invited him out for tacos. Paul McCartney, I don't think I could control myself because
I met him.
Yeah, but you didn't. You didn't.
You also.
Talk to him.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I continue to do my job appropriately.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Paul McCartney, I would have gotten fired over. I would have accepted a firing over Paul
I
McCartney.
would Zac Efron.
That's fair.
Probably cry and vomit at the same time.
And he'd be like, "I like that. I like that girl."
It's kind of
Okay,
my
he
thing.
does not talk like that at all.
I think he's
terrible
single.
impression.
Isn't he single now?
He is single now. It's my time to strike.
Also, Kelky, while I'm thinking about it, if you could pick up one Disney princess to beat up, who would it be?
To beat up Snow White, I hate her.
I knew it. I called it, Carmen.
Gabe was right. Gabe was
I
right.
hate Snow White. She's so annoying. Nails on a chalkboard. I hate her.
Did you cut your hair because you heard Zac Efron likes shoulder length haired brunettes?
No, I cut my hair because he sent me a DM and said, "Cut your hair like this," and I said, "Anything for you."
Yes, Daddy.
Wait, what's the actual story? Because I didn't actually know you cut your hair.
I
check your Snapchats.
haven't gone. Honestly, I was
I'm
scrolling
so
up
far
through them
behind.
the other day. Karma hasn't checked them since like he was here in town. It was like over a month. I was scrolling through. I was like, I can't wait for Carmen to have to sit through like an hour and a half of my Snapchats alone. God knows what else anyone else is. I mean, every time I send one, I'm like, I'm gonna send it to Carmen. Like, fuck him. I don't care if he's not gonna take the time to look at them. I don't care. I'll bombard him with them.
I want you to send them to me because
you cannot do it right now. It will take you so long.
No, I'm at least okay. So I have snaps from at least 4 weeks. I've got 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks is my tops.
Yeah, so a month.
Math checks out.
You all
Did
right?
we lose him?
He's making weird faces.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can't hear us? Oh man, I hate Carmen. Now's the time, Gabe. Say all the things.
Yes.
Anyways,
Carmen,
what were we talking about before Steph just... Oh, right, why I cut my hair. Well, he asked, so I guess I should wait
I'm
for
also
him to be
interested.
able
Why
to
did you
hear
cut
me.
your hair?
Well, first of all, I hadn't gotten a haircut since October 2018, other than in May last year, I asked Jessica to like straight across do like a little like 2-inch maybe trim, just all the
I
dead
recall
part.
that.
So, and I also have this weird thing where I only like my hairdresser lady from home. I don't like want anyone else to cut my hair. So I've been going to her since I was like 13. And so I only go get haircuts when I'm in Chattanooga, and I was in Chattanooga and I had an appointment, like she had an opening. So I went and I was like, I wear my hair up all the time and my child pulls my hair all the time and I don't like it and I don't care. You can basically do whatever you want. So this is what she did and I like it much more now.
It looks great.
Thanks.
Well,
Carmen,
I think it's time to wrap.
We love
up.
you. We're gonna
finish because we
are. That's what we're gonna do.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear
we are
me?
shaking our
Okay,
head.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. My AirPods just stopped working, and I'm glad that you guys can hear me. I just don't know why.
Carmen, if I have a bigger wiener than you, say nothing.
If you're saying something I can't defend myself, you're gonna say something mean. Now you're laughing.
Well, here we are.
I'm assuming that you guys are saying you love me and I'm beautiful. Are you saying, Kelky, you want to wrap up the episode? Is that what you're saying?
No, I literally just told
you said
to
want
wrap
to
it
take
up.
it out? My penis?
Yeah.
Are you talking about my penis?
Hold on.
Have I ever been talking about your penis?
Yes, all the time, constantly.
He doesn't even know.
All right, everybody. Thank you so
told
much for
him
listening.
to take it out.
Thank you so much for listening. And you know what? As always, if you've got a dream, let's see if
Go
Carmen can.
and chase it.
There we go. I tried to type it and see if Carmen would do it, but he's too dumb to realize context clues. So bye, guys.